Of course you want to be a champion. Of course you want to be working towards winning titles.
Be happy, but never satisfied.
Better than ever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ultimate Canada's CUCs. Having a little bit of technical difficulties right now as we get into the stream. But we have our first game coming up here in the mixed division, TT versus Red Flag. Both teams coming out of British Columbia. I'd like to start by mentioning that we are on the unceded territories of the Semiahmoo, Cleats, Kwantlen, Coquitlam, Cleats, and Tsawwassen, unceded national territories. As we start with this game here, the poll has been fielded by number 24, Peter Yu, and directly to Gagan Chatha. Chatha with the disc. Back to Creed. And Creed finding you with a little bit of a bobble, but a nice second effort. And back to Sam Creed. Creed finding Guy. Creed once again to Chatha. And Chatha looking deep. Finding you. And you looking in the end zone, finding Chatha once again. And that is to Mika Karashi in the end zone. Not quite in. And a little bobble out of the hands of Chatha. And now TT with their first opportunity at the disc. That is number 73. Toe picking it up. and flies over the heads, but number 78, they're ready to pick it up. And that is Angus Chan now with the disc. Angus Chan finding Walsh. Walsh finding on the other end to Chin. And Chin, a little bit of a turnover. With this win, it is quite difficult if you can hear over the mic here. And now red flag back on their offense. Creed picking up. And Creed on the fake. And that is number 6, Braden Gee, absolutely elevating into the air to get that first O-line hold for red flag.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna from Saskatoon and I'm here alongside my partner, and we have some cooler weather today. The last few days have been quite hot, so these players are playing in about 20-degree weather with wind coming across the field from the home side to the away side. It's gusting, so there's some lulls and then some bigger wind picking up. And so while we saw some person match defense out there, we'll see if some zone comes up. These teams are familiar with each other and have played once at regionals, and so we're looking forward to seeing them play twice.
Yeah, and that regionals game was actually quite close. It finished off with a score of 13-8 in red flag's favor. And excuse me, Anna, I also forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sahan Ansari on the stream here. Thanks for reminding me. And as we get this poll coming through from Mott, poll lands a little bit past half. And now we have number 27 for TT picking up. That is Daniel Bauer looking big to number 10. Del Gobo unable to get it. Or sorry, that is Kenji Ing.
What's the score?
1-0 for red flag. Now we have number 7, Philip Craigle picking up the disc, finding Vu. And Vu to Podner. Podner looking up to Mott. Mott looking off the cut upfield, finding Vu. Vu looking back to Mott. Mott trying to find Katie Wong. Katie Wong not able to get the catch there. And now we are back to TT possession. Daniel Bauer on the pickup here. Able to find Chai. Chai to Ing. Ing finding Gil there on the nice around. Gil getting a little bit of contact there. And this is that aggressive defense that we're talking about from red flag, right? They're willing to get into their bodies for every single point. Really going to put in 110% of their effort for every point. And excuse me, that is Gil looking deep, unable to find anything there. And now we have red flag back on the possession. We have Craigle with the disc. Craigle finding Mott. Mott to Vu. Foul called. Foul uncontested. Vu back with the disc as he gets reset up. And Vu looking big against this win to Podner. Podner with a nice read, but with that win, the disc just comes straight down. And now, once again, we have Daniel Bauer picking up for TT. Bauer finding a nice open. That's Kenji Ing, but Kenji Ing not able to find anything there. And Craigle once again for red flag. Vu now. Vu to Podner. big calls on the field. Bonner trying to find Wu. Wu just able to get it there. Back to Motts. Mott back to Wu. Wu trying to find something in the end zone. Finds Motts. And Mott right back to Wu, and we're at the doorstep here, and a nice over-the-top backhand to Bonner. And that is a nice upwind points for Red Flag.
So there's a couple change of possessions there, and definitely has to do with the wind and having dialed in throws that are able to get to the intended target. There'll probably be some spill that'll come up, and there'll be some catching from some opportunistic catching for change of possessions, but both teams really need to focus on having all their throws going to completed receivers, as the whole game will be battling this.
Yeah, and Anna, when we spoke to TT at the start of this game, they told us that they're the type of team to use their entire roster, and we can really see that as we see almost brand new players on the field here for the O-line for TT as they work it upwind. Looking forward to seeing what TT can bring in on the offense and seeing if Red Flag pulls out anything different. We have
Might have a
number
zone
69,
here.
Carrie Holst on the pull. And as the pull comes up, is going to reach the brick mark and is going to land in. We have number 27, Daniel Bauer fielding it. Looking deep to number 78, but not quite able to get it. And that's Suzuki with the disc now. Trying to find Lee. Not quite there. And now we have number 13, Angus Chan, picking it up for TT. Trying to punch it in here to Welsh. Welsh looking back to Angus Chan. Chan trying to find something around. And that is blocked off by the hands of Tong. Tong digging deep, and Suzuki giving it to him. Tong unable to get there. Disc comes down quite quickly in this kind of wind.
It was a high stall count and a hope for a big throw around to the end zone that was blocked down by Red Flag.
Yeah, and now we have Welsh with the disc from Chan. Chan back on the resets, able to find the around. And Chan, unfortunately, a little bit too low there. As to attempted pass to Chin. And Chan on the mark here with Suzuki picking up. Suzuki looking under for Guo. Guo finding Tong. Tong on the end zone line. Finding the around to Suzuki. Suzuki just barely able to keep that one up. Looking downfield, trying to find something to punch in, and Tong with an amazing cut to get open there. Tong looking around, finding Lee. Lee looking around once again to find Suzuki. Suzuki attempting to keep his feet in, and the observers are going to call that a goal.
There was a couple looks and fakes to switch the field from Red Flag there as the wind was coming across the field, and with the final decision to swing it across the field and continue it, that's how Red Flag has scored, and those were great cuts and throws from them.
Yeah, and that's kind of the experience you're going to get with these kind of red flag players, right? Over almost 95% of their roster has been on a Team Canada squad at some point in their ultimate career. And now we have a brand new red flag line. Let's see if this team is able to work it upwind now.
They're known for their D, and they're hoping to generate some turns with just hustle D as they journey through their season and play a local team.
So there's 73.
We've got some dancing TT players.
He's 13.
The pole is with Bauer.
This is 13.
There was another 73.
Hannah is 73 as well.
The huck is up
So
and caught. Awesome. He's looking to score. And the toes are in. And TT is on the scoreboard. The whole team's coming onto the field to celebrate. And like we said before, this is a team that's been together for about 7 years, but they have new players that have come up. They've got new leadership for coaching, and they're looking to share the playing time and build and grow together as a whole team. So
relatively new roster for TT. TT's been a long-standing program in British Columbia for the mixed division, and this is one of those years where a lot of the veterans have moved on to their Masters team, Forever Young, right? And so they have a lot of younger people, a lot of newer people on this roster that never played TT before, and they're just really excited to show what they can do for this team.
One mention was a player from Ireland, and he moved here earlier in the year, and he's joined their roster as a new player.
Yeah. And as we get ready for this pull from TT, Brennan C with the disc in his hand. And now you picking up the disc. You looking to find Creed. Creed trying to find something downfield. Finds Kurahashi on the wide open cuts. Kurahashi looking deep for Lee. Lee trying to make that throw to Chata. Chata with a nice under. Finding Gee. Gee to Creed. Creed with a little bit of a diving catch there. And you trying to really jab it up that line there. Unable to get it with a little bit of a bobble. And now we have 28 back with the disc for flag. That's Shelby Hewitt. Hewitt able to find Pascua. Pascua looking downfield to Delgobo. Delgobo tries making the pass to Hewitt. Hewitt unable to receive it. And now that's Zhao with the disc. Trying to find Kurahashi in the end zone. And they do. An excellent find in the end zone. Kurahashi with the layout grab. One-handed. And that is the person you want in the end zone. Kurahashi being the leading scorer for Red Flag. Exactly who you want in that deep space.
Yeah, it was complete opposite end of where they were attacking from in previous throws. So scoring on the home side corner right on the line was a complete switch for them.
Yeah, and Red Flag's one of those teams that can quickly transition off a turn. This is what they really look for, and it's something that you might have seen if you were watching our finals for the juniors division. A lot of these Red Flag players are players that coach the Dino program, the Prime program. We have four coaches who actually won gold in the junior division, and they're looking to win gold here in their mixed adult division now. So, as Coach Jonathan He talks to the line, getting set up, we have Mott getting ready for the pull. Oh, Mott not liking the run up. Worried about a little bit of a offside, and now we have a nice big pull, and that's Chai going in for fielding the pull, and that's and a little bit of a hand touch there. Vu calling the uncontested foul there, and that's Bauer back with the disc once again. We have Bauer looking to find somebody, and we have a wide open Carolyn Wu. Back to Chai. Chai looking for Bauer again. Chai digging deep. Able to find number 73, Hannah Toe. Hannah Toe looking into the end zone, and it is ruled out. That was Claire Wang trying to keep that in, but unsuccessful in her efforts. And now Vu back with the disc, finding Mott. Mott able to find Vu back in that jam. Vu looking deep, and it is just fading out of bounds, and Ponder attempting to keep it in with his toes, but not quite able to. With this kind of wind, any throw that goes that high up just isn't going to sit right. Now number 27, Bauer again with the disc. Bauer finding number 10, Kenji Ing. Back to Bauer. Back to Ing. Ing finding Chai. Chai looking deep to Bauer. Bauer with a nice read of the disc, but just a little bit too sharp of an edge for him. And now Vu to Kregel, unfortunately just sails out, and Kregel attempting to keep his feet in, but observers are ruling it out. Injury sub. That is number 73, Hannah Toe, coming off. And we have number 28 on TT coming on for her. That is Shelby Hewitt. Hewitt now resuming the play as we see Bauer walk over to pick up the disc. Chai making the first move. Nice little cut from Chai. Chai able to get wide open. And to Hewitt. And that is going to be the second goal for TT. Score is now 4-2.
Yeah, it was a triple cut up and back the line to lose his defender and eventually finishing up the line. Any throws that are coming on the third of the field that is on the away side are moving out. So the initial throw for that one on offense came throwing it into the home side, and it was able to stay in, and I believe Bauer caught it in. So I think the teams are looking to adjust with the wind and see how much adjustment they need to make to keep all the throws in. But it's nothing new for them because they are definitely one of the most experienced teams. All the accolades that we heard from them prior to the start of the game. The resume is pretty deep. So I think both teams will be doing some adjustments and just seeing if they can play the game a little bit more on the home side.
For those of you wondering what's going on right now, it seems like TT has called a timeout as we get ready to get back into this game here.
Do you want to explain how the TT got into the Nationals after losing out at regionals?
So TT actually played their first bracket play game against Red Flag, and Red Flag beat them out there to send them into the lower brackets where they had to fight for the 5th spots. And they fought hard, and unfortunately they ended up falling short to a Universe Point loss. And TT in shambles and tears, so sad that they were not able to make their appearance at home turf in Vancouver here. But weeks later, they found out that they would be receiving the miracle bid, as they like to call it. And TT now here kind of riding that high of the miracle bid. They ended up having 2 upsets in their brackets or in their pool play so far, looking to make another upset here against Red Flag. And a nice pull there as we get a zone look. And we have Guy now with the disc. Guy finding Chata. Chata looking around. Back to Chata. And looking big there is for Kurahashi. Back to Lee, to Kurahashi. Kurahashi and Lee playing a little bit of small ball together. Back to you. You looking deep for Lee. And it is not there. The nice defensive closing speed from Blackford. Now as we see Welsh walking back towards the disc. You on the mark. Welsh finding Dreyer. Dreyer attempting to make that one-handed grab, not quite able to get it. Welsh on the mark. You finds Chata. You back, Chata back around, finding you. You elevating for that disc. Back to Guy. Guy looking deep for the hands of Julie Lee, and Lee down on the ground calling a foul. A little bit of contact there. What do you think about that one, Anna?
I think it was, well, I can't see quite well, but I think they were both bidding for the disc, and perhaps it's a contested.
Yeah, and it seems like it is going to be contested. So we're going to get the disc back to the thrower, and we're going to get, back in the hands of Guy here. Stall count coming in at 2. And the count in. Nice around. That's back to Zhao.
Wow.
Zhao finding
Nice
the end
hands.
zone. And great hands once again. Who else but Mika Kurahashi to find that in the end zone.
Bringing the score to 5-2.
5-2, Red Flag.
And Red Flag definitely moved the disc over to the home side. And while one of the swings was popping a little bit, the athleticism from the player was able to just take it down and continue the swing over to the far side, or to the home side.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of athleticism on this Red Flag roster, right? You're seeing them making those layouts, making those run through blocks right there. They're really, really working hard for this disc. And as we see, he talking to his players, and we have Suzuki seemingly having a conversation with the team as well as he gets ready for the pull.
They talked about having a couple goals for the tournament that they're trying to dial in on with their teams. So even the best are always trying to improve.
Yeah, and a big pull coming in from Suzuki against the wind there,
Wow.
finding the brick mark as we get number 74. Sorry, 14 picking up. That's Jenny Chen, unfortunately not able to connect to who she was looking for. That's Samson Hoy with the disc now. Hoy finding the nicer round, and that is to Edward Guo for the goal.
Bringing it to 6-2.
6-2 Red Flag, and that is a quick score for Red Flag. They are definitely happy about that one.
I could see the Frisbee butterfly through the air with some imbalance just due to the wind, but it still got to the intended receiver.
Yeah, and that receiver, Edward Guo, is actually the creator of this team. Guo created this team a little while ago, almost 5 years ago now, with the intent of making a strong run, not only in Canada, not only in the USA bracket, but in the world. This is a team, this is a roster that is looking to be the best mixed team in the world, right? So we're going to see a lot of amazing plays from them this week. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing them in the finals here.
Absolutely.
And TT struggling to find their rhythm here with this wind. Not the easiest place to be playing in. And sometimes with this kind of wind, it just comes down to raw athleticism, right? And as we see the pull coming up from Suzuki again, stumbling with this ginormous pull, and it just, wind picks it up, flattens it back out, and takes it so far out. And we're going to have Welsh fielding the pull once again, making his way back to the brick mark. Or sorry, that's Bauer making his way into the brick mark. Bauer finding the nice around to Wang. Wang looking around, finding Bauer again. Really close there. Bauer around to Chai. Chai to Ing. Ing looking deep. And that's number 11, Eong. Eong finding the end zone there. And that is to number 7, Carol Wu. TT able to score their first upwind point, and that is a clean hold for them as well. Yeah. Definitely a good look for TT. Just as I was saying, TT was struggling to find their rhythm. There that is, the rhythm that we were talking, the rhythm in question.
Yeah, they were being patient with the throwers and really looking for when the best moment was to release the disc to lead the player to catch it. And even with a gust that came in and dropped the level of the Frisbee, they were still able to catch it in front of the end zone and then just pop it in for the score. So I know we have a few family connections out here with Bauer, as his older brother, is coaching the Tougher Together team, and he's a new leadership for him. Do you know some of the other siblings or relations on here?
Yeah, well, one of the more obvious ones, we have the Mott twins on red flag here. Zelma and Caliphus Mott. And some might even think that Chatha and sorry, no siblings there. And as we get to feel the disc fielded by Creed. Creed hearing the Huck call us, but there it is. The Huck coming through from you. And that is now Hewitt's picking up the disc. Hewitt finding number 9 there, but Chata in the end zone able to make that block against number 34, Daniel Sachs there. And that was a really big launch from Seed there. Not quite able to find the intended receiver. Chata with a great closing speed, right? And now we have Creed with the disc once again. Creed finding the around. That's to Xiao. Xiao finding Creed again. Creed finding Chata. And a foul is being called now.
We're seeing some of the girls on Tougher Together sandwich the offensive female players from Red Flag, just in effort of conservation and hoping that in any switch, they're able to still cover a deep look, so that can be shut down.
Yeah. As we're back into the play here, Chata finds Xiao. Creed looking wide open, but Kurahashi in a much better spot, wide open there. Looking upfield, finding Lee. Lee looking for the big hug to you. You able to make that grab. Finding number 21, Ellen O'Young. O'Young not able to connect her throw. Now we have Hewitt. Back with the disc again. And that's to number 49 now, Hua. Hua with the disc. Electing to go for the reset. And Hewitt with the quick hands, releasing it downfield. But unfortunately, nobody there quite yet. TT adopting the Red Flag style of hucking it deep. Not able to connect to anyone there. And to Kurahashi now. Chata. Chata with the disc, looking for the upfield options. Nobody's quite there. Back to Zhao on the around. To Chata again. Chata looking big. Able to find the running you, and you able to get right on the doorstep here and calls a timeout.
That was a beautiful throw from Chatha, as there was no bobble on the disc. He hit it at a lightning fast speed, and that comes from obviously his years of experience with Ultimate and some of the previous pro league stuff he's done. I'm sure he's played in all sorts of weather.
Yeah, and Chatha, the hometown hero here from Surrey, able to make that connection, right? This is a well-decorated, well-experienced player. He knows exactly what he wants, right? And he's able to find that big hug deep. Chata actually plagued with the curse of second places, silver medals, but hopefully looking to find the gold here today.
Yeah, Red Flag's playing, like you said a little earlier, they're playing some small ball and moving the disc throughout their whole 7 players that are out there. And with all those options available and the small ballers ready, it's been very successful for them to use that strategy to adapt to the wind.
Yeah, and as we get set up here, we have you with the disc for Red Flag. You finding a nice close toss to Chata. And that is going to be the goal. That brings the score up to Red Flag 7, TT 3. Yeah, and it seems like we're getting ready here for our next point. TT walking down the line here. And this TT squad is, like we said, young and newer to this kind of environment, but they've made a name for themselves, right? Again, like we said, they are in this pool of death, able to make those 2 upsets yesterday. This team is a hardworking team, and they know how to work that disc up the field, right? We've seen them do it, and I'd like to see them a little bit more with some patience against this kind of red flag roster, this aggressive defensive style that we've been hearing so much about. Little TT chant there as they clap on the end zone line with their hands up, and that is Mott with the pull. Pull staying in, finding a little bit past the halfway mark. Chai to Bauer. Bauer finding Wang. Wang able to find Wu there. Wu's throw not able to connect who she wants it to. Now we have Kregel with the disc for red flag. And Kregel finding Lamba.
Oh,
Lamba's disc to
ouch.
Marshall, not
Yeah.
there. And
I think I saw her hands
Marshall.
bending.
Electing to go down there, calling the injury sub.
It's unlucky, but she looks like she's okay, or maybe just needs a few minutes on the sideline to have her hands and body recover, and I think she'll be back out there.
Yeah, and that's kind of a hard way to go down, right? Landing on the disc. As we see Hanato now tapping the play back in. Bauer walking up to the disc. Bauer looking upfield. And a nice grab there by Wu. Wu. A little bit of contact there, perhaps. And we see a call here. Anna, what do you think about that? I didn't get a good opportunity to see that one. I don't know if you did there.
I think from what I could see, the red flag player just made an athletic bid at the disc, and perhaps the together tough player stumbled a bit. I didn't see how much contact was directly there.
Seems like a foul was contested here, and we're going to get the disc back in the hands of Carol Wu. Wu looking around to Bauer. Bauer able to find the hands of Toe. Toe able to find... Oh, and that's Wu in the end zone. Gets a hand on it, but unable to complete the catch, and that is a really, really sharp throw from Wang. That was a great throw upwind. Not an easy throw to make, and Wu not able to reel it in. So now we have the disc back to Mott, to Wong. Wong looking upfield. And Chai with a nice athletic block. A great read on that play there. He knew exactly what was happening, and he stayed there in that position to make that great athletic bid. We have Bauer getting ready to pick up here. Chai working hard for that disc, getting it on the around. And Shy with a little bit of an overthrow, but a lot of TT players on that disc. We have Veronica Ing able to get it down there. And we have Bauer getting it on there round. And
There.
a nice layout grab from Wang there. Great upwind points
Yeah.
from
Tougher
TT.
Together is all out there celebrating. Their throws are kind of more of a mid-range distance throw going upwind, which is very hard. They haven't switched to the small ball approach, so their throwers and their receivers are dialed in to complete the point.
Yeah, and that's exactly what TT needed, right? Like, great working up the field there. Nice athletic block from Billy Chai there, one of the longest standing members of this TT team. And yeah, that really shows his experience, right?
Yeah, the Frisbee was on the away side, and they immediately knew they wanted to get it over to the home side to successfully score the point.
And now we have TT Angus Chan ready to make the pull. Angus, a new player for this roster. Nice little spin pull there as this disc makes it right down to the center of the field. A little bit past the brick mark, we have Creed picking up the disc. And we see a zone look from TT here. You with the disc. You finding the around back to Chata. Chata finding the inside shot. Nice look to you. You trying to look back around. And nice block there from the crash and able to get it back around to Zhao. Zhao trying to find something around. Able to find Creed there. And a nice block. That's number 99 on TT. And that's Welsh looking upfield to Leong. And Treyer not quite able to catch it in the end zone there. That was the first close break attempt for TT there. Not quite able to punch it in. Creed once again going to pick it up here against this TT zone. Creed looking upfield. Able to find Guy. Guy finding Chata once again. Chata hitting the around to you. You to Creed to Chata. Chata looking back to Zhao. Melt calls from the sideline of TT. And a nice throw there to Creed to Oh Young. Oh Young trying to find the end zone with you, and it is going to be a goal. Nice, great movement there from TT.
Yeah, that was the first look at the zone with our game here. So the Tougher Together had a 3-person cup, and initially the first response with the zone was to just keep it moving, and their second chance at it, they got the Frisbee going into the middle of the field, and the cup was broken. We are at half with the score of 8 red flag and 3 team together. We'll see you after halftime.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here after half. TT starting the pull on defense. Chai fielding the disc to Bauer. Bauer trying to punch it down. Finds a nice gap to Ing. Ing looking to punch it deep there. A nice grab. That is from Wang. Wang hitting the beautiful around. And that is Jenny Chen getting a nice quick hold, clean hold for TT.
Yeah, that was a quick point to start the second half, and they're feeling high vibes from that. So the play stayed pretty much through the middle of the field, and it was a flick rainbow throw from the thrower to score that point. So
yeah, and it is getting windy out here. It is starting to get a little bit cold as we are under the shade here, and I'm sure the players are definitely appreciating this sort of weather right now. Even though they're not excited to play in this wind, they're probably appreciating that it is not burning hot. Their feet aren't soaking with sweat already. And yeah, I'm just sure they're excited to be here playing against each other.
yeah, the BC weather, sometimes the out-of-towners, we think rain, but this week it's been, clear skies. So nobody's battling any heat stroke or anything like that. So
definitely, like we mentioned yesterday, we are a little bit privileged in. Oh, and it seems like Red Flag had the gender ratio off. There are, so they have 4 female matching players now on the field, as they previously had 4 male matching players. And we are going to get a nice big pull here from Howlett's. Howlett's seems like the disc is going to remain in, and we have, not quite sure if it's inbounds. Seems like it is out of bounds, and we have Creed walking it up to the middle.
they're set up in a...
Looking to punch it deep to Chatha, and the disc sails completely up, and Chatha attempts his best efforts there to try to grab that. And now we have TT back on the line. Howlett's pick called.
Tougher Together is working it against the wind.
And we have Seed with the disc now, tapping it back in. Seed able to find Pascua. Pascua looking deep to a sprinting number 17. Del Gobo attempting to make that grab.
That's a
Not
tough...
quite able to get there.
Yeah, it's a tough read. It kind of came over her head, so she has to look up and track it and time it.
Yeah, as we get Creed back on the disc here. Creed finding Zhao. Zhao getting Chatha on the under. Chatha shooting deep to Oh Young, and Oh Young gets a hand on the disc, not able to reel it in. Howlett back on the disc here. Howlett back again with a big hug to El Gobo, or Del Gobo. And Chatha with the disc. Nice little high release flick. Over the head, Zhao with a nice read there of the disc, and the disc flying back into the air, and you with a athletic grab. There's a call on the field as we hear the Red Flag players a little bit upset about the call here on the sideline.
Tracking and adjusting and tracking and adjusting for the disc has been pretty important this point, as he caught it behind his head.
Yeah, you and Pascua having a conversation here. It seems like Chatha is chiming in along with Gordon Gilchrist. on who is here, and seems like the observer is now going to rule it in as playing on from where the disc is at. Peter, you going to tap it in here? You with a high release backhand to Chata. Chata at this old age attempting to make that layout, able to get it with one knee on the ground. Seems like he decided to preserve his body there with that grab.
Yeah, it was a cheeky left hand from the handler.
Yeah, nice little left hand. And that's the experience that you're going to get from these red flag players, right? And Chata also in the end zone. Great player that you want to see, as we've seen in this game already, able to make a couple of great grabs, a great cuts in that end zone space.
Yeah, they're able to move their players between being primary handlers to receivers, and that just is from the experience with the team. So the depth of the roles that they're able to specialize in, it's obviously pretty large. So they're all able to listen to their coach and take the direction and fill the need.
Yeah, we spoke to Coach Jonathan He here at the start of this game, and Coach He did mention that their goals are really to, play their own game, keep improving as they work here, and they're really going to make sure that they're not letting up here during this tournament, and it really shows with how this game is going. Currently, Red Flag leading with the score of 9-5. As we see TT here with the disc, Wang trying to find, looks for Chai, making some nice fakes, getting it to Wu to Wang with a little bit of a bobble there, unable to reel it in. We have Craigle walking up to the disc here for Red Flag now. Craigle to Podner with a nice grab there. Podner looking further around to Craigle with a nice upline. Craigle shoots it back to Podner. Craigle looking for Podner, not able to get it there. Able to find Shiraiwa to Podner with a little bump over the top, and that is to Edward Guo in the end zone. A little bit of prime coaches handles there between the last three touching the disc. Miyu Shiraiwa, Justin Podner, and Edward Guo, all three coaches for the prime women's team.
Yeah,
working it together.
So they're up 10-5 now, and when the give go doesn't work, they centered it back to the handler, and they were able to toss it high.
Yeah, and Red Flag, though they're playing this game really well, this is one of the closest games that they've had so far in this tournament. Granted, they've only played 2 other games aside from this one. But yeah, it seems like TT is giving them a little bit of a run for their money, especially in this kind of wind. It is not easy for either team to kind of play their own game. As we see William Vu ready to field the pull, throw the pull. Having a chat with his teams. Looks like Suzuki has some words to say on the opposite end of the line.
I'm hoping Tougher Together is able to keep passing the disc throughout all their players when they were linking everyone together. It's really working in their benefit. So I hope they can do this on O and score.
Yeah, and Vu with a nice big pull. Chai to Bauer. Bauer now with the centering disc. Looking to find Jenny Chan. Jenny Chan finds Wang. Wang unable to get it to Chan. Chan with a little bit of a bobble there. Woo to Mott, and a nice layout block from Chen or from Wang there. Now Bauer with the disc. Oh, and an unfortunate little bobble there. Now we have Hoy walking up to the disc here. Hoy hits Vu. Vu looking back around to Hoy. Back to Vu. Vu and Hoy playing a little bit of back and forth here. Looking for, that's McCullough. McCullough back to Hoy. Hoy looking around, trying to find something in the end zone, and that is to Gagan Chatha. And there's a call in the end zone. So it seems like a call is made on the throw from Samson Hoy. Conversation now between Carlos Eong and Hoy as the observer comes to chime in. What do you think about that call there?
I didn't see it, to be honest, and
yeah, quite difficult. A little bit focused there on the receiver in the end zone. But as we get this disc back to Hoy, Bauer making sure to maintain proper field position. And Voon now back with the disc. Back to Hoy. Hoy with no mark, lots of time to McCullough. McCullough finding Vu. Vu into the end zone, and that is Julie Lee punching it in.
Yeah, the Cutters were, they had a lot of patience to wait till the handlers were able to move it quite close to the end zone before they were cutting on the break side to get an around throw to them. And they were hanging pretty tight with their patience in the stack. So the handlers were playing back and forth a little bit, and I think it's just to get a bit closer and then to be 100% sure on their score to the receiver cutting up at the 45-degree angle on the home side.
Yeah, definitely lots of great cuts coming out from Red Flag here. Great movement as well. And those are one of those points, right, where we see lots of movement from the handlers. We saw a lot of back and forth between Vu and Hoy. A lot of touches there. And yeah, even without the catch there in the end zone initially, a little travel called. But it seems like, as the juniors would say, disc don't lie. Red Flag still able to punch that one in. And once again, seems like Red Flag had the ratio mixed up. Vu ready for the pull here. Big spin pull as the wind calms down here. The score 11-5, Red Flag. And we have Dreyer with the disc. Dreyer finds number 13, Chan. Chan with the disc now. Back around to Walsh. Walsh punching it down the line there. And once again, Sachs now with the disc. Or sorry, that's Blackford. Blackford looking for the end zone. To number 18, not quite in to Leong. And Leong able to punch it in there.
That's exactly how they started the second half, with a string of successful throws up the line. The wind has died down, so while the throws in the first half might have sailed out a little bit more or been carried to the sideline on the away side, those throws were staying in bounds with ease. So some of the conditions have maybe calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, during that point, the wind definitely calmed down. We saw a really big pull come in from William Vu and it was quickly fielded by Howlett. And quick movement downfield from the TT players. As we see a new line here, we have Howlett back on the D line as she gets ready for the pull. And
we'll see if they're thinking of zoning or just staying matched D.
yeah, it seems like TT has been using their zone a little bit, but mostly when they are defense going downwind. So against this upwind point, it is a little bit scary to put up a zone against these red flag players, right? We have these tall players like Chata in the end zone. We have great receivers in the end zone for red flag like Kurahashi, and it's not an easy threat to have. As we see, he attempt to field the pull, but a great pull there comes out very quick to you. You finding a nice round to Lee. Lee gets the catch. Lee looking back around. Chata with the disc hits the around over the heads of Zhu. The wind took a little bit more than what Chata was expecting there. And now we have Ta with the disc. Ta finds Howlett. Howlett back around to Hua. Hua shoots deep. Unfortunately, nobody there in the end zone, but a great shot there. Able to find the open space. A little bit of a miscommunication as we get Peter Yu back with the disc in his hands. Peter Yu, well-seasoned veteran of this this game, finds Chata, an old teammate. Chata looking back around to Zhao. Zhao to Chata. Chata to Gi. Gi, nice little read and catch there. Red flag really using these arounds. Zhao with the disc. Zhao finding something through the middle to Oh Young. Oh Young shoots deep to Chata. And we have Gordon Gilchrist trying to come down with it.
Wow.
And the claws of Gagan Chata able to hold on to that one.
He met that in the air. What's that?
The claws of Chata able to hold it in. And even through that old age, Chata comfortably coming down with it.
Yeah, he met that. He met that Frisbee in the air over top of the defensive player and high-fived and helped him up. So the vet moves of Chata's reading of how high he can go are obviously still there.
Yeah, Chata, insanely athletic play there. Gordon Gilchrist attempting to make the play. Unfortunately, a little bit of contact. I'm sure it wasn't intended, but a little difficult to maintain body control with that kind of high speed, right? As we get ready once again, we see Lamba coming in for the red flag roster. We see Mott with the disc in her hand, ready to pull. And Bauer talking alongside of his TT team. Like to see something a little bit different from Flag this time around. We did see a little bit of a poachy zone look on their D earlier today. Excited to see if we'll see anything different this time around. As Mott with a nice pull downfield, and is just going to barely stay in here on our end zone line. We see Hanato quickly fielding the pull, finding around to Bauer. Bauer to Chai. Chai shooting it to, and a pig around, not quite there from Carol Wu to Bauer. As red flag gets it here in a comfortable position close to the TT brick mark. Craigle picking it up. Looking for his teammates. U24 teammate Justin Podner, not quite in the end zone. And Podner trying to find something around as we have a little bit of a foul called here. Podner a little upset at Bauer's hand coming up.
Yeah. He thinks
So I have Coach Jonathan He asking us, what are the odds that we think that they're gonna turn this? Anna, what are your thoughts here?
I think the odds are in your favor to score it.
And so my personal opinion is also going to be red flag, really comfortable in this position. Coach Jonathan He not having the faith in his team, but I'm quite confident that Podner is going to be able to find something for the score here, or red flag, as we see the conversation between the players and the observers.
What would you like to see here, Coach?
I mean, I'd like to see us just do a simple reset, have another 10 stalls to work it, but I get the feeling we're just going to do something stupid.
Yeah, for those of you that didn't quite hear what Coach Jonathan He had to say, he wants his team to look for a reset, but he's not confident in their abilities to do that. He's worried that his players are going to get a little bit antsy, try to find something in the end zone.
Oh, I'm not worried. I'm confident.
Oh, he's confident
I'm confident
that
trying to
they're going to find something in the end zone. And it seems like Philip Craigle getting a little bit impatient here as we continue on with this conversation between the players for the call here. Not 100% sure what the call was, Anna.
I think it's as he was extending his wrist in the throw. That's where the contact happened, and Bowers. I think he's saying that the movement was initiated from the red flag player.
Yeah, and as the wind picks up here, we'll see Podner getting ready to shoot onto the opposite side of the end zone. Oh, and a reset is found.
As Coach wanted.
And a great block by Kenji Ing. And Coach He excited to have his team get blocked, seems like. Carol Wu and Mott's able to get the block right back. That is Zell Mott's able to make that defensive play. And we have Craigle once again finding Podner. Podner shooting to Lamba. Lamba hitting the high release to Mott. Mott with the second effort. Able to score the point. Little bit of a double jump there.
Yeah, I think that's what they were hoping to do the first time round with the high release that was primarily a foul, I believe. So they just do the same thing again, and maybe it works the second time.
Yeah, and a nice, cool little flip spike from Zelmont. Not really in the spirit of the game, but it's something that TT likes to do. They like to bring in their own Prime Ultimate branded discs. Hit a nice little fun spike to keep their team hype up. And now we have the score of 12-6 for Red Flag. Sorry, 13-6 for Red Flag.
So Tougher Together has been able to string their throws together and to score. So hopefully they're able to do that here. And they were having quicker points for their offense with about 3-4 throws before they were in the end zone. So we'll see if how they set up to go upwind and try to convert this point.
Yeah, and a big pull from Vu. As TT gets set up, fielded by Welsh to Chan. Chan shooting it back to Welsh. And a big around to Dreher. Back to Welsh. To Dreher, wide open. Bobbles the disc out, unfortunately. A little bit too close to that outline there. And a foul was called. Oh. Foul. No foul. No foul. So, Hoy walking back over to this disc now.
What do you think about the Frisbee gloves and their ability to help you catch?
Personally, I'm not a fan of it as we get Wu back with a disc. It shoots a little bit over to Hoy. These two have been working it really well together. trying to find Vu. Hoy with the disc, able to find Vu on the around, and we get a nice cut from Holster in the end zone. Not quite there. Opting to shoot back to Hoy. Hoy trying to signal something into deep space as McCullough comes out of the stack. And we see something on the inside, and that is going to be blocked by Carol Wu of TT. Chan picking up the disc. Chan to a wide open Dreyer on the under. Back to Chan. Chan shoots over the top to Welsh really confidently, and Welsh shooting deep to Eong. Eong with a nice grab there, finding Dreyer. Dreyer back to Chan, and a foul called. So a little bit of a trip up there as Dreyer attempted to escape her check. Oh Young. Chan with the disc, trying to find who is open here for him as we continue on with the play. Chan shooting around, a little bit over the top, but a nice read there from Blackford. And Blackford able to find Welsh for the upwind score there.
Yeah, they made that look easy, and that was a big midfield throw to a successful receiver, and they threw it on that home side, so he was able to keep it in front of him and chase it down for how many yards would have been gained there? Quite a few.
Yeah, and
From brick to brick, maybe. And so they were able to just stay on the offense with the with red flag chasing them.
definitely a nice big huck there, right? And that all starts with the confidence of a player like Angus Chan to shoot over the top, right? Give that disc into a nice position for the huck to come through. And yeah, Eong able to read it quite well. Or sorry, William Leong able to read it quite well. Able to come down with it. And TT now working it on the defense downwind. Let's see if they bring out another zone that they were bringing out previously against this wind here. And let's see what Red Flag has to answer. As we see Howlett's making her way off the field. Brendan Seed with the pull. Big pull. And is going to stay inbounds. You with the field to Creed, and almost a block by Seed there. Now to Oyoung. Oyoung shoots around. A little bit of a drop there. Lee not able to get it into her hands. Seed with the disc. Seed back around to Hua. Hua shoots up to Wu. Oh, and a little bit of a call there. Seems like the disc is very warped. As Creed fields it back in to Gee. Gee trying to find Chata in the end zone. Not quite there. Shoots around to Yu. Peter Yu to Lee. Lee attempt disc just a little bit too far away from her hands. As we have Pascua with the disc. Pascua attempting to find Gordon Gilchrist. Disc goes over the top. Gordon Gilchrist shoots deep. Nice read from Hua. And that is going to be the score. And that is the first break for TT, as they are super excited for that one. And that was Daniel Sachs catching it in the end zone from Hua.
Yeah, Tougher Together is stoked on getting a break and to have our score come to 13-8.
Yeah, 14-8 the score now for Red Flag. But yeah, TT quite excited for that break. First break of the game, and it is not often that you see a team like Red Flag get broken. And yeah, this is when a team like Red Flag starts to get a little bit upset, as we are 1 point away from the score cap of 15. And TT ready and fired up. Let's see if they can get another break here.
We've got a female pulling for this point, and we'll see that red flag is matched for gender ratio rule A, which is
And that's Junior Worlds USA Worlds player Anna Joy Dreyer with the disc. So AJ, seems like something is going on here between the observers and the players.
I saw a T sign.
So timeout called.
And these games have a soft. Actually, the horn's just gone for soft cap, and that's at 85 minutes. So the game will go. Well, if it's 14, it'll just go to one more point, anyways. And I think tougher together. They just want to play hard with maybe creating one more upset point. And I think red flag wants to shut this down quickly and take the win.
Yeah, and so this is going to be a game to 14. We did get the score wrong. It is wrong on your screen. The score should be 13-8 for red flag. So this is going to be the first game of the tournament that red flag is not able to take it to point. And they are taken all the way up to time cap as we have Chata with the disc. Back to Zhao. Zhao hits Chata on the open up line with this TT zone. Back around to Zhao, to Yu, to Hoy. Hoy looking to find Yu. Yu wide open there. Yu shooting over. Chata, nice low grab. Pulls it back in. Shoots through the cup to Hoy, to Zhu. And back around there. That's Oh Young with the disc. To Hoy. Nice little find. Yu, Hoy working it together. Hoy looking to punch it into the end zone for the end of the game. To Chata. And that is going to be the last point. Chata able to keep his foot into the end zone. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, sorry. The horn blew during the point there. So we will perhaps be playing another point here. Yeah, so we will be playing 2:15. So now the score is 14-8 for red flag. So it is going to be a game to 15 because it is a soft cap, which means that we play one more after the points of the horde. Sorry, first team to 15 here. And yeah, what did you think about that TT zone there?
I thought it was effective, and they shut down the first couple of throws with the receivers popping in to try to come and get it from red flag. But eventually one of the poppers was able to just find their own space, and the TT cup didn't guard them, and that's who got the break to move the Frisbee forward. So
yeah, and that movement from red flag started all with that nice little look around from Hoy to you as we get this field or this pole fielded. Hanato now to Bauer. Bauer looking to find Toe again. Toe with the disc in her hand. Looking for Carol Wu. Carol Wu not quite able to grab that disc there. Or sorry. So back around there. Podner has the disc now. To Mott. Back to Mott. To Tong. Tong with the disc. Nice little find to Mott. Observers are calling it in. Mott trying to shoot around. Hits Tong. Tong, nice little fakes there. Finding Podner. Long-standing teammates. Podner and Tong working it together. Back to Podner. Podner shooting to Mott. Mott perhaps looking deep, but opting for the around. Podner wanting to shoot deep, finds Craigle. Craigle around to Podner. Podner once again trying to find something in the end zone. No cuts available to Tong. Tong to Carey perhaps. Carey Holt's not open. Tong. Little jam to Craigle. Tong shooting up line, not there. Craigle hitting off the stack. Connie Jiang to Philip Craigle, and Philip Craigle shooting it to Kevin Tong for the score. And ladies and gentlemen, that should be our game. That is final score of 15-8. Red flag.
Yeah, it's a great game by Red Flag to play in some conditions that are more challenging to throw and catch in. And as their coach was saying at the start of the game, they have fundamentals they were working on to improve as a team. So I think he, while he was on our sideline, he was telling us a little bit about it. And their patience and execution in that last point, I think, would make him proud. And the Tougher Together team, coached by Bauer's older brother, I think while they were able to move through their 26 player roster, they had many moments of greatness on offense, stringing together fast points within 3-4 throws. So yeah, I think their tournament will continue to improve, and we'll see where they end up in the mix.
Yeah, and thank you for tuning into this game here today. It is a great game, wonderful game between two BC teams. Tune into our next game here as we have our open game. It should be Goat and another team, as I try to figure out, Mephisto from Quebec and Goats from Ontario. As they match up here together, this should be a wonderful game. Looking forward to it.
Thanks,
Anna
everyone.
and Sahab Ansari now signing off here. Thank you for tuning in.